Why is it that no one ever warned you that the real turbulence begins before the plane even takes off when you're over 70? You might think it's just about packing a bag and getting to the airport. But what if I told you that flying after 70 opens the door to a series of hidden physical, emotional, and psychological challenges that no airline, no doctor, and no travel agent ever dares to mention? Imagine this. You're standing in the endless airport security line, your knees quietly screaming, the fluorescent lights blinding your tired eyes, and that voice in your head whispering, "Why does this feel 10 times harder than it used to?" It's not your imagination. From sudden altitude, triggered memory lapses to subtle disorientation during layovers, and from the terrifying confusion of digital boarding passes to a silent war with jet lag that hits deeper and lingers longer in the elderly body, seniors face a uniquely unspoken battlefield in air travel. What no one told you is that airport seating is designed without aging bodies in mind, backless, cold, and awkward, pushing your spine and joints into stress before you even board. And once you're up in the air, did you know that cabin pressure combined with thinner air can increase your risk of minor strokes, especially if you're unknowingly dehydrated or on certain blood-thinning medications? What about how airlines rarely mention the unfiltered air circulating through the cabin that can exacerbate respiratory issues seniors silently cope with, or that sitting for hours in cramped spaces may spike your risk of blood clots, something seniors with reduced mobility face quietly, especially if they don't move or hydrate adequately? Let's not forget emotional health. Many seniors report feeling a strange cocktail of anxiety, isolation, and sudden panic mid-flight, often triggered by subconscious memories or a lack of familiarity with modern aviation protocols. The airline crew might smile, but they're not trained to spot subtle signs of a senior slipping into confusion, especially when it's masked by a forced grin and a polite nod. And the in-flight tech systems, touchscreens that don't respond well to shaky fingers, headphone ports too stiff for weaker hands, and flight attendants who assume you're fine because you haven't asked for help. What no one talks about is how older travelers often mask their struggles to avoid embarrassment, suffering quietly in seats that feel more like cages. Many seniors also underestimate how drastically travel insurance policies have changed after 70. Sneaky clauses, denied claims, and emergency exclusions that can leave elderly passengers completely uncovered in a crisis. But perhaps the most shocking part of all is that the travel world has advanced, yet it's quietly left seniors behind. Without tailored guides, honest checklists, or realistic support systems, you're handed a generic safety card, but nothing that speaks directly to your age-related vulnerabilities. Nobody tells you that noise-canceling headphones are not just a luxury, but a near essential for older ears that become overwhelmed by cabin noise. No one reminds you that adjusting to new time zones after 70 takes 3 times longer, disrupting your sleep, digestion, and even memory in ways that younger travelers recover from within a day. And then there's the silent grief many seniors feel, leaving behind familiar surroundings, dealing with reduced stamina, or managing hidden fears of being too far from medical care. But here's what no one told you. With the right preparation, seniors can not only fly safely, but also reclaim the joy of travel. You deserve to know exactly how your body reacts to altitude after 70. What foods to avoid before and during flights. How to advocate for your needs without guilt. And what smart gear, like inflatable footrests, compression wraps, or travel-size aromatherapy, can radically change your flying experience. No one ever laid out the small yet powerful hacks for you. Pre-requesting wheelchair services not for weakness, but for efficiency. Using airline lounges not for luxury, but for health. And carrying specific hydration boosters that fight altitude dehydration better than plain water. Most of all, no one told you that it's okay to admit that flying feels different now. That there's no shame in adapting your journey to your age, and in doing so, you unlock a safer, more dignified, and surprisingly empowering way to explore the world. Flying after 70 doesn't have to be a fear-filled mystery. If someone just finally told you the truth, well, now they have.